If keto, low carb, and fasting has ever been overwhelming, tonight I'm showing you guys how you can keep it simple yet sustainable cooking your meals. All right, guys. So I did decide and settle on a steak with a little bit of mushroom and onion sauteed along with it. Also, with a salad, a nice quick little salad for myself with a little bit of avocado because I want the extra fat. So let's go ahead and start that. I got my skillet here. Okay. And I'm going to start out, as always, by using some olive oil. Okay. Which is here. So we're going to do olive oil. Natural fat, guys. Natural fat is the name of the game. Remember, natural fat keeps you full longer. That's exactly what you want to do. This is just some basic olive oil. As you know, well, you might not know, olive oil doesn't have any carbohydrates in it. It's not like vegetable oil or anything. It doesn't really have a taste to it, other than like when you use it as a salad dressing, you put things in it like other spices. But no, it doesn't have any. This is just extra virgin olive oil. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, let me get out my spices. All right, so I'm gonna use Slap Your Mama because I need some spice in my life. Slap Your Mama it is. I'm gonna use onion powder, regular onion powder, a little garlic powder to season also. You gotta have some pepper, all right? Plus your onion and your mushrooms, which I have to get out of the cupboard. So let's coat this frying pan really, really good. And like I said, guys, this is, it's not even a low carb meal, honestly. It's a ketogenic meal, what I'm making right now. It's an absolute ketogenic meal. Remember, with keto, what it basically means is you're not using or you're not eating any processed foods. Okay, so earlier, you know, I made the strawberry keto ice cream in a mason jar. That is only heavy whipping cream, confectioner's sugar, and some bread dye, and also I forget what else, but the strawberry extract. That's it. That is not processed. Okay, that's just all regular natural things that you can eat, and it will not spike your blood sugar. That's what you want. You want to not spike that blood sugar. Okay, so let's get this going here. Got my meat. My meat tried to cook a little bit on me in the microwave when I was defrosting it. Should have had it done earlier, but that's okay. This is about, I think, 8 ounces of steak, which is a perfect amount for dinner. I need a lot of protein working out in the gym and stuff like that. So that's exactly what you want, about 8 ounces. Sometimes I do a little bit more depending on how hungry I am, and also just how hard did I push in the gym, and how long was I in that gym for. Got that Slap Your Mama. A little bit of pepper here. Let's do your other side. Trying to move a little quickly here so this video doesn't go too long, because this meal is just super quick, like super quick and easy. I mean, it takes like 4 minutes to make a salad or so. Not long to do your steak. And for me, my steak, I like mine medium rare, medium rare. So, you know, I want to taste it. I don't want charbroiled steak. So all you people who like steak well done, nasty. All right, so we're gonna put this over here inside there. Let me grab this stuff and remove it real quick. Just keep that over here. And then we're gonna cut our onion real quick. I'm not gonna do a lot of onion because it's just me that I have to cook for, so I don't ever have to do like a super lot of anything, which I'm very grateful for. As I said in another video, I did go to school actually for cooking over 20 years ago. And still to this day, for whatever reason, I don't like to cook. When my son was younger, I cooked for him, and you know, a kid is a kid. They eat like a kid, you know? So he would eat a lot of processed stuff. We both did, obviously. That's how I got so big. Yeah, so my son, he wasn't a super picky eater. So I didn't have to do anything super, you know, cook anything super hard. And like I said, because he is a kid, he probably wasn't going to eat it anyway. Let's just be real. We got a couple of those in there. Oh, and I forgot my butter. All right. Oh, no, it's over here. All right, and guys, always remember, when you cook for breaking a fast or getting ready to go into a fast, you want that natural fat. And like I said, with the natural fat, butter, not margarine. You do not want margarine. You want real life butter. The absolute best butter that you can buy is Kerrygold. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to find that in my store lately after the pandemic. It's just like you can't find it really. Probably goes pretty quick, but that is like top A grade butter right there. You'll pay a little bit more for it, but it's what you need, you know. If you can't get Kerrygold, go with like the grass-fed butter. You know, stuff like that, but absolutely no margarine. You don't want margarine. You don't want vegetable oil, none of that stuff. You want to use olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, not for a steak, obviously, but you know, stuff like that. Another cool hack you can do, say if you're in the morning and you're not fasting for autophagy, but you're just simply fasting for weight loss, you can make yourself like a bulletproof coffee. And bulletproof coffee, all it is just your regular coffee. Obviously, no sugar. You can use this stuff right here, monk fruit sweetener. This is what I use, or some variation of this, and this will not spike your blood sugar. So this one, it's got about 8 grams of carbs in it, and then it's got sugar alcohols at 8 grams, which brings it down to 0 net carbs. This will not spike your blood sugar. So you can have, like, say, make your coffee up, put a little bit of, I think this is like a teaspoon serving of this. And this stuff is really sweet. Like it's very sweet, but it's not like sugar. So it's not gonna spike your blood sugar. It's not gonna, you know, have you go really super high and then boom, crash, you know, an hour or so later. With that, you can always just put it into your coffee. So basically take a tablespoon of butter, Kerrygold if you have it. If not, just regular butter, whatever you have, as long as it's not margarine. Put it inside of your coffee and put that, a little bit like a teaspoon of this in there. If you don't have butter, you can use ghee. Ghee is also good in your coffee. And what it is going to do is it's going to give you like you're going to be more satiated. Now, I'm not exactly really a coffee drinker, but I know a lot of you guys are. So that's something you might want to look into, is making yourself bulletproof coffee. You can also use MCT oil in that bulletproof coffee if you want. So you can use like the MCT oil and say the ghee, or the MCT oil and the butter, or you can just use just the MCT or the ghee without the butter, whatever it is. It's some variation of what do I call it? Bulletproof coffee. So those are things that you can do to help you stay in a fast longer. Because the whole point of when you fast is if you're satiated, you know, satiated meaning you're full, you're not hungry, you're not gonna want to eat, right? Now, granted, there are some of us who do eat and we're not hungry, like myself. Sometimes, yeah, you know, it happens. It's been happening a lot lately, which is the reason why I wanted to make this video, to show you guys and myself as well that I could still eat great tasting food and it's gonna nourish my body and not mess with my blood sugar. Okay, because that's what you want to do. You want to keep that insulin down. You don't want insulin to rise. Insulin rises, and like we've gone over before, insulin is a hormone. So if your insulin levels are high, your blood sugar is high, you cannot enter a fat burning state. If you don't enter a fat burning state, what that insulin is doing is telling your body to store fat. Now, another misconception, I know that I did say with the bulletproof coffee, you know, you're putting MCT oil in there or, you know, butter. And I said it's natural fats. Absolutely, it's natural fats. People have a misconception that fat makes you fat. It doesn't. It doesn't, guys. Just do your research on there. Fat, natural fat, does not make you fat. It keeps you satiated, keeps you full, and it keeps you full longer. That's what your body needs. That's what our bodies crave. The only reason why a lot of us don't know this information is simply because of the Food and Drug Administration. They want you to look like this, you know? They want you to be dependent on insulin. They want you to be dependent on taking your blood sugar all day, every day. They want you dependent on metformin and things like that. So this right here is a purely ketogenic meal. It's fast, it's quick, it's easy. Yeah, and even if you don't have the greatest cooking skills, I'm fairly confident in you that you can do this. It's super simple. Okay, so let's get started now. I'm gonna get started on the salad real quick. Let's rinse this guy off. All right, so let's rinse this off. I'm gonna make a little bit of salad. The thing with this meal today is, like, I had been craving something sweet, and in all honesty, I'm not even really that hungry. However, I wanted to stick with my overall plan that I had of the way that I was supposed to eat, because sometimes when I veer off and I go longer into a fast, it might not end so very well for me. So this time around, I really just want to focus on sticking to the fast and breaking the fast the way that I want, or the way that I had initially planned. So I'm gonna make this little salad here, and I won't even eat not even half of this tonight. So I'll just have enough for the next day, or whenever the next time I decide to go ahead and eat. I'm gonna toss a little bit of cheese in here. Finish that out so I can open up a new pack. Okay. And I got my Roma tomato, favorite type of tomato. And again, guys, like I said, I definitely know how to cook. You can tell I know how to cook because I probably wouldn't be this big. But I really don't care to do it. However, I did get a couple people in the comments saying, yes, definitely do more of the cooking to give, you know, more insight of how you should be eating in general and how you start and break your fast. So I will continue to do these cooking things, and like I said, it's not a lot, it's not hard or anything. So I'm gonna leave this good. That's good enough for me. Like I said, I don't want a burnt steak at all. Throw these in here like so. I got a little bit of cucumber. I love cucumbers. That's a great thing that you can definitely eat before or after a fast. Cucumbers has a lot of vitamins and a lot of water in it. So that will somewhat keep you hydrated. Not 100% obviously, but enough. Okay. Then we have an avocado here. Hopefully it did not go bad on me. Huh. All right, we are in business here. All right, so with the avocado, once again, healthy fats. Avocado is very, very nutrient dense. It's very good in your natural fats department. I realize a lot of people don't like avocado like that. I don't honestly like avocado like that. I'd rather have guacamole, which I do make guacamole at least twice a week. And I just eat that plain. Like I don't just say, oh, I make guacamole, I have to have Mexican food. No, I just eat it. And usually sometimes like if I feel like when I'm not fasting or it's in between my window of when I can eat, I would do like some avocado, like some guacamole with these little chip things. They're actually, I would use these, the Asiago cheese whips. Hopefully you guys can see that. And this is just cheese. It's hard cheese. So cheese is something else you can really, really eat. Carbohydrates on this is 1 gram of carbs. Like I said, it's just hard cheese. It's not going to do anything to your blood sugar or anything like that, but it will give you that extra crunch that some of us seek while, you know, you just want to eat. You want something to crunch. Sometimes, you know, you might be watching TV or I don't know, just want a little snack. That is a very ketogenic type of snack that you can do, is just make yourself up some guacamole or just some regular avocado if you want to, in all honesty. But yeah, I do use that as like a chip for myself, basically. Haven't really eaten it much lately, but it is something I do actually enjoy. And it's pretty cheap in the store too. You can find that in like the produce section. Usually like buy your lettuce and stuff that they have inside of the casing and stuff, in the case shelves. Like buy your bacon bits and stuff like that usually. So I'm gonna add a little bit of bacon bits as well to my salad, because what's a salad without bacon bits? And that means I gotta go back to the store to get more within the next couple days. Okay, so there you have it, guys. A small, nutritious, dense, quick meal prepared in what, maybe 20 minutes or so, possibly. My steak has been sitting here. I got my salad for dinner, and remember, I did make the strawberry keto ice cream, which is in the freezer, which that's going to be in there for about 3 or 4 hours. But once again, it is a perfectly nutritious, dense meal that will not spike my blood sugar. It's not going to get my insulin levels up or anything like that. All right, so hopefully this inspires you guys to be able to make something that you like for yourself. If you have any questions or comments, put them down in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. If you want to know certain types of food you guys can eat, because I'm real aware that a lot of people don't know 100% what is keto, what is low carb, how to, gauge how much not calories, but how many carbohydrates are in things. I will go over all of that stuff with you guys, but if any kind of questions you have, leave them down in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this video. And thanks, guys. See you next time.